What's up guys, Uncasual Gamer here and welcome to this week's weekly blog. So it's Monday morning and kicking off this week, the first thing I need to do really is get this game room clean. It's a bit messy at the moment, we've got kind of stuff lying about. Over the summer months I don't really use the gaming room as much. My Series X is downstairs in the living room at the moment, and that's just because this is also right at the top of the house. I don't spend as much time up here. It's a little bit of a darker room usually. However, over the winter months, I tend to come up here and play more games. So yeah, first thing to do this week is get the game room clean, get it tidy, and then let's maybe go out to CEX. I'm planning on that tomorrow while I'm in Leeds for work. And let's see what we can find, let's see what we can play. Yes, I'm just giving the room a quick tidy, as you've seen. It's absolutely as tidy as it can be, but we are certainly looking a lot better now. Still got a lot of stuff kind of down here that needs homes and places to go. It's not the biggest room in the world, you know. I'm looking, I've got a dedicated game room in my house. You've probably also seen that while I was tidying up, I had a game lying on the shelf over here, and it was one of them things where I went to put the disc back in the box. That box had a game in it, and then I had to go 8 360 games on here until I finally got to one without a disc in the box and the chain was done. So I really need to, when I stop playing a game, put it back in the right box and don't be lazy and just stick it in another box. Anyway, I think we're on like 190. So which are duplicates? I think these are duplicates. So we're on about 196 games. I think there's 50 games on the shelf. So it'd be good to get to 200 360 games without duplicates. I mean, there are a couple of duplicates dotted about in here. Obviously, I think I mentioned on one of my videos that we've got 3 World at Wars and 3 Black Ops, and that's just because I do like to play them couch co-op, especially because they've got zombies on both them 2 games, and they're probably the best 2 zombie games, best 2 Call of Duty zombie games that I remember. Yeah guys, so in Leeds now, just finished work, so I'm going to head up to CEX, see what they have got in stock. Not looking for anything in particular, just a couple of subsets that need to get finished, like Tomb Raider, Call of Duty, that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's see what they've got in. So yeah, back from work now, called it at CEX in Leeds just after work. Didn't pick up too much, didn't really have that much time before I had to get the train home. So it was just a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I was in there for not very long. As I was saying before, I love collecting my subsets. I just love how subsets look on the shelf together when they're complete. Things like the Guitar Heroes, for example, I've got all them put one. And things like the Lego games, again, they all look great on the shelf together when they're all in a row. So that was kind of my aim. It's not kind of what came into fruition. In fact, the one thing I was going to go for was the Tomb Raiders. I mentioned the Tomb Raiders in a game in the video I did last week about my collection part 4, which you can watch up here if you've not seen it already. I think there's 5 Tomb Raider games and I've only got 2, and I was thinking, you know what, it'd be great, such a staple of video game history, it'd be great to get all the Tomb Raiders on the 360. They did have 2 Tomb Raiders, but the first one I looked at didn't have manual and it was pretty grubby box, and I thought, it was only like a £4 game. I thought, I'm not going to pay £4 on a game that's not complete. So I was having a browse and I was thinking, I was kind of looking across the shelf and I spotted 2 007 games, and I don't have any 007 games in the 360 collection. I've got all of them on PS3. I think there's like 4 games, 4 games this generation, 4 James Bond games, 007 games this generation. Now the PS3 collection is not very organised at the moment. It's not alphabeticalised like the 360 is, and I'm just looking at what I've got. In fact, let me grab 2. Yeah, so the 2 I've spotted on the PS3, which I thought I had, were GoldenEye Reloaded and 007 Legends. And I've not got, and similar again, subsets always look good on the spine, whether the 360, PS3, Wii, anything. But yeah, I've not got any on the 360, so I was kind of looking and I spotted one and I thought, you know what, they're both fairly cheap, let's grab them. So the 2 I got are actually 2 that are completely different to the 2 on the PS3. and that is purely by accident because I've not got the PS3 collection. I couldn't look it up. I've not got it on price chart or anything like I do with the 360 collection. So first we got 007 Bloodstone. Now this I don't believe is based on any of the films. Certainly there's not a James Bond film that goes by the Bloodstone title. So I'm guessing this is a standalone unless it was around the Skyfall era. I guess that's the only thing I could think of. But then again, did Skyfall come out after the 360? I can't remember. I feel like it was like 2012 Skyfall. So it could have been around that era. Obviously, it's Daniel Craig. I'm not sure if these are good. I remember playing the next game I've got, which is Quantum of Solace for £2.50. I remember playing this on the 360 and really enjoying it. So yeah, £7.50 for 2 games, I think is pretty good. It means obviously across the 2 systems, I've now got the 4 Bond games, and I believe that all 4 are available on both systems. Whether I'll pick up the 2 I've got on PS3 on 360 and vice versa in the near future, I'm not 100% sure yet. But let's get these 2 put into the collection. And then next up, as you can see in here, I'm kind of sat on this little leather chair at the moment, and I mentioned that, over the winter period, I spend more time up here. I'm going to move the Series X back up here tomorrow, and this is where I'll then play my games across the winter. And I have got a small sofa downstairs in the garage, which I need to bring up now. My fiance is not in this week, she's out at work, so I'm going to have to bring it up myself. It's in the garage. The garage is like a converted garage area, so it's not a mess or anything. It is in pretty good nick, the sofa, and it's only small, but it means I'm going to have to carry it up 2 flights of stairs by myself, and then the hardest bit is reassemble it. And I also am not 100% sure if it's going to fit in the width of the room with these shelves, because I've got these shelves at either side of the room, and they do come out quite far. The games are not fully pushed to the back. They're kind of up against the barrier to make them look kind of flush. So yeah, that is my next challenge. Can I get it up the stairs by myself? Can I build it by myself? And then will it fit actually in the room where I want it to go? Okay, so the game room is all tidy now, or tidier at least. Got the new sofa in here, and I am just chilling. I'm playing a little bit of Apex. I've been enjoying Apex recently. I've been live service games, so obviously I do like my single players, but just a bit of downtime. Finished work half an hour ago. Felt like before I do anything for the evening, before I make some food or hit the gym, I will just play a little bit of Apex. So yeah, let's see if we can get a couple of dubs. Loving how I am now sat at the back of the room with most of my games as well. What's up, guys? Yeah, so we are now back in the game room. It's the end of the week. It's been a busy week, as you've seen. I went to CEX earlier in the week, and I've actually been to CEX twice more since then. So first off, I went to the Leeds City Centre CEX again, just as I was in Leeds City Centre. And then I also went to the Leeds White Rose, which is like a shopping centre just outside Leeds. And that's because it was my birthday on Saturday. We went for some food there, so I thought I'll call in the CEX store, see what they've got. And then I've also got a parcel from Music Magpie with, I believe, 4 games in here. So we'll open that as well in just a second. So I picked up that game earlier in the week, and that is already on the shelf. And there's going to be another common theme with these. So yeah, let's go straight into the CEX packages and the first package. And this is Tomb Raider Legend, or Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend, whatever you want to say it. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I like having my subsets, particularly in the Xbox 360 collection, where I've got, going up to 200 games now. It's just something like within, if you're collecting for like a console where there's 1,000 games for it, which there is more than 1,000 for the 360, that's not a real goal. But if you set small goals at different subsets, then I feel like it makes collecting a bit more fun. Also, if it's game series that are really good or iconic, like the Tomb Raider series, then even more so. So yeah, £4, I've already got Tomb Raider Underworld, and I've got Tomb Raider, kind of like the reboot, and it's just Tomb Raider name by title. So this is Legend. I think there's 2 more to get. There's Tomb Raider, I think there's Rise of the Tomb Raider, which was also the second one in the reboot, and then I think there's also the triple pack. I can't remember what 3 games are on it. I think it's the 3 original games maybe, but anyway, that one goes for a lot more money. I think it's like £25, so probably go for Rise of Tomb Raider next, and then we'll probably concentrate on the triple pack later down the line when I can afford it. Second up, we have got, again, I picked up from Leeds City Centre CEX, and this is Gotham Knights. Now, I couldn't believe that, this is a £5, right? So this is £5. I thought, I can't go wrong for that. It's an Xbox Series X game. I'm pretty sure it only came out this year, at the start of this year. I know it obviously did really, really bad and got kind of like review bombed or whatever. Maybe not even review bombed, it just genuinely was a bad game, so the reviews were terrible. And it's on Game Pass. However, it comes off of Game Pass like this week or this month. It's on the, leaving soon section of Game Pass. So I was thinking two things. One, it might go up in value. So nothing's ever going to be worth anything more than what it's worth now, basically. But it might be a bit harder to find when it comes off Game Pass. And also, if I do download it on Game Pass and try it out and I enjoy it, then I'm going to want to pick it up anyway. And like I said, it might get a little bit harder to find or go up a little bit in price when it comes off Game Pass. So for £5, I can't go wrong. It's again, I will likely give it a try because I love I love Gotham and Batman and the whole environment and that world. So yeah, I'll give this a shot and I will let you know what it's like on my next video. The parcel from Music Magpie. So this is 4 games in here. If you don't know what Music Magpie is, it is like an online media website, kind of a bit like CX, I guess, but they're just online. And their prices tend to be very, very similar to CX. In fact, I'd say they're maybe a little bit more. So if a game's £1.50 in CX, it might be £2 in Music Magpie. However, postage on Music Magpie is, in fact, it always has been free. I feel like it might have gone up to 99p now. It's either 99p or it's free. And that's just on the whole order. So 4 games, then you're getting just one delivery fee, so just 99p. Unlike CX, where I think it's like £2.80 per item now. So if you're buying 4 games on there, £1 each, you're going to be spending like a tenner or more than £10 just on your delivery fee, just on your postage. So Music Magpie is worth checking out. They do a lot of deals, like 2 games for a £5, 4 games for a tenner, 3 games for £8, I think it is. So yeah, worth checking out. So let's get into this. And this is a bit of a lottery, I guess, because Music Magpie, like CX, you don't know if they're going to be complete. Sometimes I've actually had them where they're not even in the right case. I've had them in like just a generic black DVD case. So let's see what we've got. So straight off the bat, we've got 4 games. Let's go through them one at one. First one, and this is not a good start. This is Injustice. First off the bat, the cover is properly like messy on this. These were, I think, 4 for a tenner, so I'm not like too bothered, but when you're collecting them, and it doesn't have the manual, so that's pretty poor. Maybe I can salvage the actual artwork itself. Yeah, the artwork itself is in pretty good nick. It's just a case that is absolutely filthy. So in fact, what I'll do now is I've got some duplicate FIFA games down there, so I will be getting rid of this bin in that case, and this will be going into one of those FIFA cases. Still will have no manual, but at least it will look better on the shelf. Second, we have Tintin, obviously also on the 4 for £10 offer. Case again is messy on this. However, this one does have, the disc's actually a bit mucky on this. I don't know if you can see that as well, but the disc is not cleanest. But at least this one's got a manual. Again, the case is a bit broken in the bottom corner, so I'll do that now as well. This one will be coming out, and this will be going into a FIFA duplicate case as well. At least this one's got the manual, so once this is in a new case, it'll look pretty spanking new. Next up is Assassin's Creed Revelations. I got this one because I was looking behind me here, and I've got Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I didn't have Revelations, and I think out of the first 5, this is the only one I was missing, really. I can't remember if there was I think Rogue maybe was on the 360 as well, towards the end. Was it Rogue or Unity? Anyway, first 5 or 6, this will be the 5th. Yeah, the first 6 games, this is the only one I was missing. This has got manual nicely. However, the box is broken a little bit at the top. I'm not too fussed about that. It's on the back side, which will be facing into the shelf. So that'll slot in there nicely. Weirdly, all my other Assassin's Creed games have got a white spine, and this one's got a black spine. So I don't know why they changed that at Ubisoft, but hey, that will be going on the shelf with them. I'm happy with that one. And then we have Borderlands, the double game pack? The double game add-on pack. And this one has got manual as well, and the disc looks really nice. And the case, actually, this one is the best out of the 4, so really nice case on this one. And again, I've got Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel. Don't know why I've not got Borderlands the original, actually, but this will be going on the shelf next to them, and that will put me on 3 out of the 4 Borderlands subset. So yeah, they're the 6 games I've picked up. I think what I need to do now is I need to go and get these stickers off the front of these 2 cases, and then I need to go and get all 6 of these games on the shelf in the collection. So always the worst part of putting new games on the shelf is that I have to move everything up usually. So everything has to get, all these games have to get moved up one, starting obviously at the end down here. And then I move 2 from this shelf, move these across, 2 from that shelf, and then move them all down. However, what I'm just going to do is, to make my life easier, I've spotted some other duplicates in here that I completely forgot about. So one easy to miss here is Assassin's Creed 2. I think I actually left these in because they're different artworks. Very slightly, one's got like the silver lines behind. So I'm going to keep that one on the shelf, get rid of the other. And then there's also 2 Battlefield 3s. Now they're not, this is why I missed these, is because they're not next to each other. So we'll take one of the Battlefield 3s out. I think this one's empty anyway, I don't think this is complete. Oh, it has got some kind of Game Pass in there, so I'll have a look at that later anyway. And then we can put the 2 007 games. Hopefully they should fit. Obviously I'll take the CX stickers off at some point in the future. So yeah, the 2 007 games can go into the shelf right at the start, and they are now added to the collection, the 360 collection. And that'll conclude this week's video, so thank you very much for watching, and as always, keep gaming.